What's going on today? We got a special guest. Can you tell the people your name, ma'am?
J.L. Jackson.
And can you also tell the people your age?
21 years old.
Where was you born at, JL?
Columbus, Ohio.
Okay. And how many brothers and sisters do you have?
I have one brother and 4 sisters.
How was it growing up with your mother and your father?
I was moved around a lot, so I started out growing up with my mom, and then my dad passed away when I was 8. My mom passed away when I was 15. Thank you. So I was moved around a lot. I mostly stayed with my aunt, and then a few foster homes here and there. So.
Wow, that's a lot you've been through. Can we go into detail of your mother and your father passing?
Mm-hmm. So my dad passed away. He was hit by a drunk driver on his way home from work. I don't remember much about him, just normal father memories. He was here sometimes, here not. And then I never really had another dad figure growing up. And then my mom, she passed away from liver disease.
Sorry to hear that too.
Thank you. She struggled with addiction and alcoholism her whole life, basically. So I lived with her before her passing, and then I moved into a foster home where my brother was already placed, and then we stayed there until that went downhill, and I moved out, and my brother moved out, and we both moved to Lima for my schooling. Then he came and lived with me. So.
Oh wow, you've been through a lot of things in life. I'm glad to see you here today, though.
Thank you.
Do you mind if I ask you what was one of the good times that you can remember that you spent with your father?
We did a lot of outside sporty things. It was kind of he was more into sports, so playing soccer. I don't got no type of coordination, but we used to try and play like softball, baseball. And then I was real flexible, so I was into, the flips and cheerleading.
Did you ever? So you did gymnastics too, like?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
I'm like this big, so I like to be thrown.
Tell the people how tall you is then.
I'm 4'11".
Oh yeah.
On a good day.
Yeah, you're a shorty. Ain't nothing wrong with it though.
Yeah.
Can you tell the people the good memories you had with your mom, like some of them?
Me and my brother do this all the time. We just go and we get pizza and we go hang out at the park. Me and my mom used to do that all the time. We used to feed the ducks. Whole time we was feeding them the wrong stuff. But so we just go chill at the park now.
That's cool.
Yeah, she was big on parks.
That's good. How did all that affect you at that time?
At the time, I really don't feel like it was as heavy as it is now. I was only 15, about to turn 16, and my brother was younger, so I don't really think he knew the weight of it either. I definitely feel like it hits us more now than it did then. At the time, you just kind of get overwhelmed with everybody trying to be there for you.
Right.
You get a lot of. I guess you get a lot of support. Yeah, your mom passed.
Right.
But it's not much you can say you need at that time because, what do you need but the person that passed,
Oh, yeah, I got what you're saying.
So, but now, I feel like I look back and I struggle more with what I don't have or what I won't have, can't have.
Right.
So, it's just the, trying to comprehend that, I won't have parents at my wedding or my child's birth. They weren't at my graduation. So, stuff like that I didn't struggle with back then because I wasn't there yet. So.
Right. But you know what? You always got to look at it positive, too, is that y'all meet again and your soul and their soul will always live on and you got somebody watching over you, too. Thank God you. What schools did you attend growing up?
Mostly public schools, just all around Columbus. And then I graduated from Canal Winchester High School. It's more of a little, I don't want to say Caucasian, more Caucasian school in a little suburb area.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. So you got a good education.
Yeah, you can say that.
That's cool. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Did you go to college?
Yep, and I'm currently there now.
What are you majoring?
In education, early childhood education.
Okay, is that for kids, right?
Yep.
Like what grade are you thinking about teaching?
So I'll be licensed kindergarten, or it'll be preschool through 5th grade. But I think I want to lean more towards like 2nd to 3rd grade. I did a couple placements at like 4th grade. I taught preschool at a daycare. And I was recently in a 1st grade classroom. And then I'm student teaching this year for 3rd grade. So I've got a little bit of everywhere between the spectrum. So we'll see.
Okay. And how long do you got left of college?
I'll graduate in May 2023. So about a year.
That's good. What or who inspired you to be a teacher?
Well, I originally wanted to do social work, just because I was in a really bad, toxic foster home. So it kind of made me want to like be on the other side of things. And then I started doing the schoolwork, and I did that my whole first year of college, and it was depressing, more depressing than I thought it would be, more uplifting. I probably didn't give it enough time, but it was depressing, reading more about it, and I'm a reader. So like I started reading books and just like social work situations, and that was even worse than mine. And so I just kind of stepped out of that just for my own mental health. That's not really where I would want to go in life, because I'm the type to take home my work. So I started teaching preschool at a daycare. And I was like, okay, I kind of like this. It was like, yeah. And then I took on the like lead teacher position. And I liked the way the kids attached to me. And then I'm really organized. So I was like, okay, this is fun, planning and, doing little fun activities.
That's good. That's good. I'm proud of you, too.
Thank you.
What do you have planned after college?
So I originally didn't want to be, like, in a classroom as a teacher. I wanted to travel, just because growing up I didn't get to go much or go many places or do much. So I'm like, I'm going to step out. But I just haven't decided which way. I thought about it'll be like it's through the military, and they basically pay you to teach on different bases around the world.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Right. But I also thought about doing, I don't know, I think it's called Teachers for America.
Okay.
And that's where you teach in like low income schools, specifically just all around the United States. So I might start out that way. Of course, I'll just start out subbing. I'm just not ready. I'm not going to jump into teaching, is what I'm going to say. I'm going to jump into something with kids.
Right.
Trying to, help where I can. But
explore more things. Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with it. I totally understand. Is there anything else I missed that you want to talk about today?
We mostly talked about my parents. We did skip over a whole little,
break it down.
Years of my life at the foster home.
Yeah, that was my fault. So.
No, you're good. So the foster mom, it was 2 foster parents. It was a husband and a wife and their daughter. The daughter was probably like 20. She was in her 20s the whole time. Like 24 up, and then I left when she was probably like 28, something like that. Mm-hmm. Just that foster home in general, I feel like impacted me way more probably than even my own parents, just because I lived with my parents on and off, and then I lived with this foster home like 6 years in a row. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was just crazy. It was just so many strict rules. Like we weren't allowed to get food out the refrigerator, and we could only eat when they fed us, which was when they felt like it. We couldn't go places. It was just a lot of like, it was more like a boot camp.
Yeah,
And
I was gonna say it was kind of like a jail.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You eating on a certain time and everything like that.
It was.
So did you? I didn't mean to cut you off either, but did you see a lot of people just coming and going like all through them 6 years while you was there?
Yes, but no. So there was 10 kids there. In the beginning, there was a couple kids that came and went, but then 5 of them she adopted. 3 of them were her grandkids, and then it was me and my brother. So the size of the house and that many kids plus 3 adults. So really there was 13 people, and it was only a 5-bedroom house. So she couldn't get no more like foster kids. So at that point, it was just like the same people. My brother like started getting bullied and whatnot, just not getting along with the other kids. I wasn't there a lot because they didn't provide for us either. Like, I was working 2 jobs in high school just to get where I'm trying to go, really. I know I was trying to leave.
Right. So did they let you come as you go, like
in and out the house?
Yeah.
Yes, but no. So like, obviously working 2 jobs, I would get home late. I had like early release, so I would leave school early, go to one job, go to the other job, and in the end, she ended up telling the courts and stuff that I was like missing curfew and skipping school and stuff like that. Just like making her own, twist in the story, when whole time reality, I have early release because I finished my classes and I don't have any more.
Right.
And then I'm coming home late because I'm working.
Understand.
So, and I mean, she knew that. Like, I'm coming home in work clothes. She knew where I was at.
Right.
And that's all I did. Like, so that's especially why I want to be able to go out and travel and do what I want now, because I went to school and I worked. And then I went to college. I go to school and I work. So, anyways, being back at the house, 10 kids, it was more like a boot camp. My brother started really getting into it with the other kids, especially after my mom passed. And I was never there, really. So my senior year, February of my senior year, 2019, he was basically like, I don't want to live here no more. I know you about to leave and go to Lima for college.
Right.
So I went to her, and she basically flipped out and was just like accusing us of accusing her or something, like victimizing herself, basically. Basically just like, we don't do that. And it was extreme though, like, I don't even know how to explain it. We weren't allowed, even if we were allowed to play outside, somebody had to be out there, and we couldn't leave the yard. And I mean like 14-year-olds, like, can't go play around in the neighborhood with nobody. Like, I don't know, just stuff like that. I look back on now, I'm just like,
she
was
crazy. Strict.
Yeah. Like, I never had nobody come to any of my like track meets, stuff like that.
Sorry to hear that too.
It was just weird. And then they would treat us different because we would have some of my mom's side of the family that we would go to like on Christmases when my mom was still alive.
Yeah. And
we were living there. They would feel, it was just weird. So.
I'm sorry you had to go through that.
Yeah. But my brother, I don't really keep in contact with them no more just because we don't have much to say. After she flipped out, she basically was like, we don't want you here no more. But it was, middle of the night type thing. So that was a whole situation. It was the middle of my senior year. So I started traveling from like other people's houses. My brother went and stayed with my grandma for a little bit. But she didn't want no kids. So he ended up coming with me to Lima.
Oh, you're a real sister for that. So you pretty much, the guardian over your brother.
Hell yeah. And I'm the youngest sister.
That's what's up. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Keep doing what you're doing too, G. And I'm glad you told your story to the world, to me. I respect that. Well, I want to wish you a well journey and success to your life, And we checking out with a whole lot of SGS Productions.